Hey TPT sellers, and welcome back to the Teachers Boost channel. Today we're going to simplify a pretty complex topic in the TPT community, which is copyright. So let's go for it. First up, we will speak about how to create products safely. And the question that I see quite often is, can I use images, graphics, and fonts from the internet? The short answer is yes, but only if they come with a super clear commercial use license. And that means that the creator has given permission for it to be used in products like the ones that we sell on TPT. So we should look out for terms like free for commercial use or commercial license included, but we should steer clear of anything that says personal use only or something along those lines. The next big question is, what about famous brands or characters? And this is a pretty big one because using trademark content, like anything that relates to Disney, Harry Potter, Dr. Seuss, or any cartoon characters, can open you up to huge legal risks. So, trademarked content is a big fat no. Next, what about using assets from Canva? So I am well aware that most of us, or at least a large percentage of us, make our products in Canva, and we can definitely use the assets from Canva, but we need to be super careful. Canva is one of those tools that has quite a specific commercial use license. So it's best to read through it carefully on your own. But let's look at some examples of what you can and cannot do. So on Canva, we can sell our own unique designs, but we cannot sell a design where the main focus is an unchanged Canva element. So my example here is a Thanksgiving poster. You can see that this page contains 3 different elements. I've written this out myself and I've added 2 images on the top and the bottom. So I've compiled this into a unique design. However, this is one element that has been simply taken from the graphics section on Canva. So I would not be able to sell this as a Thanksgiving poster because I have not changed anything, and I would essentially be taking credit for somebody else's work. Okay, the next point is that you can sell products using your own templates or a Canva template that you have edited, but you cannot sell a product that uses a mostly unedited Canva template. So what that looks like here is if I look up some designs and I'm looking for a Thanksgiving poster, I would not be able to sell this template as is. I would have to change it quite drastically to be able to sell it as a template because, again, this is not my work. I have taken it straight from Canva, and I would be taking credit for someone else's work. All right, let's get back. Let's chat about protecting our work. So, how do we get copyright protection for our resources? And the good news is that it is automatic. The moment that we create original work, we automatically own the copyright to it. The next question is, what is actually protected under this copyright? So the idea is not protected, but the specific expression of the idea is. So, for example, the idea of a worksheet for fractions is not protected. Anybody can make a worksheet for fractions. But the way that our worksheet is designed, or the wording that we use, or the specific questions and layouts, that's what's protected. Okay, and last question under this is, what is the best way to physically protect our files? The most simple way that we can do this is to flatten our files, which essentially turns our designs into a solid, uneditable document. And this prevents buyers from copy pasting our text or our images and using it in another resource. Most design tools like Canva have the option to flatten your file before you download it and then upload it to TPT. So that's the easiest way to do it. When you're downloading, you'll click flatten and it will automatically flatten your file. And for other tools, you'll have to play around and see if there is an option to flatten it. If not, there are many online options available, third-party tools that will flatten your document. Okie dokes. The last part that we will speak about today is the truth about violating copyright. So, what happens if TPT removes a resource for a violation? This is quite interesting because I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit recently of people complaining that their resource has been removed by TPT. And the comments that I see under these posts are often saying, your product must have been AI generated or something similar. But the truth is that if you violate a copyright rule, your resource can be removed by TPT. So the consequences are very, very real, because if TPT removes a resource for a violation, they will not only remove the file, but they will then issue refunds to everyone who has bought that for the past year. And then the cost of those refunds is deducted from your TPT earnings. But if you keep breaking the rules, then they can actually shut down your account for good. And as far as I know, there's no going back from that step. So copyright really needs to be taken seriously. Okay, and that was just some quick questions and answers about copyright for TPT. So I hope to see you back here next week with our new topic for TPT sellers, and I'm wishing you a very productive and successful week further.